Hey, Teller community. Teller community call, September 7th, 2021. Yeah, it should be a nice quick call. Not a whole lot to go over, but yeah, exciting things in the community. Big news. So you guys saw the article last week. We sent TellorX off for an audit. That usually we're guessing it's going to take about a month. So we'll let you guys know of any issues they find. If they make like a report public, we're gonna make the report public and let you guys know everything we find. You can also follow the repo. We're continuing to test it. We'll probably be deploying an initial version to Rinkeby here shortly, so we can just start testing out the other thing we're working on now. So as we're not working on Solidity code, we shifted over to the mining code. So no longer mining. It's called you are a reporter. And we have the repo Telliot. So Owen and ClamDad are heading that up. It's looking really, really pretty. We're hoping that by the time the audit's done, we'll be able to just kind of kick it off and have people start reporting. So it should work really well. Timelines are there. Make sure you guys are following on the GitHub repos, or if you guys want to help out, let us know. We'll also be I think Mike might touch on this. We're updating like the website with Tellerx as well. So we'll have some front end work. So I know some people have reached out to me. If you want to do React work, let us know. Happy to get you involved in the Teller community. So anything from you guys?
Yeah, I just will reiterate that. Yeah, if you guys, any of you guys that are front end developers out there, we could use some extra hands on it. We're trying to do some really exciting and ambitious for Tellor.io. So we'll see how far we get with it, but it's going to be a massive improvement regardless. So although you always start with the big dream ideas and then you end up in a nice sweet spot.
So the current website's what, like a year old only?
Yeah, but it was just, it's a very plain, there's nothing to do there other than
like a brochure.
It's a brochure. It's an extension of a business card. It's a place to get the white paper.
I like it.
Be something more. Anyway.
We had the Teller like 2 years ago. It was like we were on Wix. It was like the point click drag and drop your logo.
It was very embarrassing. But I did my best.
Yeah.
I think I have a screenshot of that website somewhere. I think it's worth sharing.
Yeah, we should
like
it or something. Do the different variations of Teller we've had over the years, because it's you can see we've become quite proficient at websites.
I saw Dune Analytics made an NFT of their first dashboard ever. Like, we could do that for our Wix website or for like something really old school. Anyway, we're going to start open sourcing where we are at with the website, so you guys can see our wireframing and see where we are in the process, and just like provide our input. And any experts out there, could help steer the ship with us and contribute and take on some bounties or create your own bounties around it. So that's a cool part of open sourcing this, and it sort of gives the community a chance to step in if there's someone to actually step in. Other than that, I know I've mentioned a couple times over the last couple of weeks about the upcoming hackathons. ETH Online is in 10 days. So make sure you guys sign up for that. We're really excited to be a sponsor again with them. For those of you that aren't hackers, all you need to know is that this is just the best way we can sort of market our Oracle solution to like the builders out in the ETH community. And so we've been really successful with those so far. And ETH Lisbon, we're going to be going to Portugal. This is next month in October, but we've officially signed on with them. And so any of you guys in Europe, in that part of the world, you'll get a chance to meet part of the team and come out. So I know I mentioned that last week, but I just want to let you guys know that has actually officially gone through. What else? Speaking of being a Telliot reporter, we want to get the word out about just TellorX in general, and just the notion that more people can be a Telliot reporter. So we're going to be doing I don't know when we're going to do this, but I'm just going to speak about it now because we want to do it soon. We want to do it. We want to do a really, really big meme contest that really spreads the word about Telliot. Well, we've created, Ben actually on the team created a mascot for Telliot, who's this, he's a teddy bear. He's a badass teddy bear. And he's a lot of fun, and we want you guys to have a lot of fun with it. I think he's a great sort of totem to build memes around that doesn't rely on Brenda's face or my face. I mean, it was a good time. I think it's time to move on. We can move on to Telliot. So we want to do a really big meme contest and actually put some TRB rewards around it, something more than just swag, something more like a hackathon bounty in terms of amounts. Especially right now, with all the NFT craze going on, there's a lot of artists that are getting into crypto that never were into crypto before. And
so we should just mint Telliot NFTs.
yeah, I know. We talked about it. It should be Tellerman NFTs first.
No, but I mean, you could do like the meme contest and you could win like limited edition.
Yeah.
Just mint 10 of them.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, that's how you would really get all the artists to get involved, is if they could get an NFT out of it. Anyway, I think it's a great idea to sort of open source the creative side of what we're doing as well. So look forward for more details of that coming soon. Hopefully next week we can get started and maybe make it like a month-long kind of thing. Anyway, I'll pick your brain about it.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we're gonna figure it out. But yeah, that's it. Exciting stuff.
Cool.
Questions?
Yeah, questions. Also, if you haven't, I think all the ample values updated on mainnet. So you can update your nodes on ample fourth. It looks like everyone has, but update them because we're gonna tell the ample community and probably kick off that vote. So go buy some fourth tokens.
And
That's a big deal because this is, a final step to sort of fine tuning what we think
They desire.
Yes, what they desire. We're giving a user what they want, and that's just the last thing that they needed to sort of move us over the line. So anyway, get over there in the Apple community, get some, it'd be very helpful for you to join their community as well. Anyway, questions. Let's start. I haven't pre-vetted these like usual. When do we find out the outcome of the TellorX audit, and what are the next steps for launch? Is there a launch promo?
So early October, that should be over, and then test on Rinkeby for a month and then launch. So could be audits. The audit could be done 2 weeks early, could be done 2 weeks late, sort of up in the air. Testing on Rinkeby could be completely smooth and only take 2 weeks. Testing on Rinkeby could be really, really rough and take 4 weeks. So it's going to be roughly sometime at the end of October, beginning of December timeframe for launching. So
yep. In terms of promotions, we have we're planning how we're going to handle that. We have some ideas. We're sort of holding back some promotional efforts as we get closer to TellorX, sort of do a big push around that because it's really exciting. We're looking to get on some podcasts to talk about TellorX when that time comes. So
let us know what you guys think we should try and get on.
yeah, because there's the epicenters of the world, and there's a few other ones, but there's probably ones that we aren't familiar with that you guys might know about. If you guys can connect us with any podcasts that you think would be really worthwhile for that kind of news, let us know. Yeah, and so we've already booked other promotional sort of efforts, conference sponsorships that we have sort of lined up for the end of October, November area, and so yeah. Next question here. Can you put a figure on how many apps are already running with Tellor?
I got a handful. But
Those are fingers, not numbers.
digits are numbers, right?
This is, I guess. That's how,
yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, I mean, we have Liquidity, We have
Ricochet,
Ricochet,
got Ample coming.
Ample's on the
Got-
way.
Yeah, and then I mean, we used to have a few. We used to have a few of them like we're using Teller, and then the projects went under. So we've lost some over the.
Yeah.
I don't know how many are still using it.
So what counts as running? You know, we don't know if any of the projects are still like pulling prices from the Teller database.
You can sort of tell if they in the code you can, but you know, like it's hard to parse that sometimes. But yeah. And I mean, even like Liquidy's code hits us every time. But like we're a fallback for Liquidy. So like, does Liquidy actually need us? Like technically I think they've needed us like once. You know, so like we're sort of that reliable backup that's there for them if they need us, you know, even like whenever Ample comes, like they'll be using a series of other oracles and Rise looking to use us as a fallback oracle. You know, we're having Lauren right now look at like how often they would use us, and the chances are like they wouldn't use us very often. We would just sort of be there.
We're like the guy with the rifle in the tower at the prison. That this is just he's there just in case someone escapes, and you hope
I
that
don't
it never
know.
happens.
Yeah, I don't know if that's
Is
the
this
best
or like?
analogy, but
I think it's a great analogy. You want that guy there. He's not. You would never say he's useless or that he's not being used, even if he's not shooting his gun. So I'm sticking with this analogy. I'm gonna yes. Anyway, moving on. The Teller supply is inflationary 2 to 3%. Do you maybe burn some coins in the future? Thanks for answer.
half of all tips are burned.
Yeah.
So
So we are doing burn.
jack up tips. So more users, more burn.
What are the main goals after TellorX?
Ooh.
Oh,
That's a good one.
Yeah, I mean it's tough because like I always want to stay focused on what it is now, and we always, you know, you can get ahead of yourself in terms of development. I think some of the things we want to make Telliot a peer-to-peer database. We want to be more censorship resistant there. That's kind of on the runway. We want to really just focus on getting people to use it and building
Marketing.
the necessary tools. Yeah. You know, like since we're moving to bytes, it sort of opens up a whole new I guess feature set of things you can build using Tellor. So like, you know, I've talked a lot about bridges. Like I want people to use us for bridges, and I want to build those bridges if nobody else is building them. The other thing is, you know, like I threw that up as a bounty, like the snapshot voting oracle. You could build, like Tellor could be the backbone of like voting systems pretty easily. So like if governance pieces use Tellor and all bridges use Tellor, like those would be really, really exciting. Yeah. Those would probably be things I'd want to kick off over the next year.
We need to settle on a name for the Teller Army, Tellorians, Tellornators, or Tellorianators. Jim's 97. Thank you. P.S. Thanks for all the great work you guys are doing. The project gives me such good vibes. Thank you, Jim's.
I liked the Teller Thunderbirds. That was one I threw out there. Yeah.
We already have one. It's Tellorians. It's been around for a long time. Move
Yeah.
on, everybody.
Well, there's the Teller tribe. That's not.
Yeah. We'll see.
it was a Tellurian tribe.
It's called the
tribe
Tellurian
of
tribe.
Tellurians.
Yes.
But you know,
Feel free to debate it forever.
Yeah. That's another hill I'm gonna die on.
Reporters.
Right.
We're all reporters. So
When do we find out? Oh, no, I already asked. That's a repeat. Type of thing. Can I stack TRB, and how can I stack my TRB token? Yes, you can stack TRB. You just have to buy more. And yeah, I don't understand the question, but you can stack them.
Maybe you mean steak.
probably means steak.
No, he definitely means that.
Well, whenever we kick off TellerX, we'll be launching treasuries. So you'll be able to deposit your TRB and get a return for it. It'll probably be a really limited opportunity at first because we'll be kind of playing around with it. But more to follow in that. We'll probably like after TellerX, we can split up the community calls. There will probably be things like we'll want like more Oracle tech related calls, and then we'll have like things with
Reporters.
central bank monitor. Like we should do like like the FOMC meeting minutes or something like that. We could have like the Teller, the quarterly update for monetary policy in the system.
Love that.
Yeah, like we do a whole bunch of fun things, like pretending like we're an actual bank.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have to have a monetary policy call quarterly
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, so like those will be fun ones. And yeah, so got sidetracked.
Yeah. Will Teller migrate to other top blockchains like Solana, Filecoin, and BSC?
Feeling some weird.
I mean, so TellorX is, the cool thing about TellorX is we can deploy it on we can actually deploy the full system on other chains.
Yep.
Which we haven't been able to do. We've had to create cross-chain solutions. We have
Yeah, I mean,
fellowship, and we had what was before that. We called it something different.
Teller too.
Teller 2, right? TO.
Yeah, so I think we can. The biggest thing is like when you deploy something to a new chain, you sort of need somebody to maintain it over there. Like you need people to report, you need somebody to answer all the dev questions, you need somebody to monitor it, make sure it's up and running. And as you guys all know, there's not too many of us here. So like, unlike Chainlink, who is like $1 bajillion, like we don't have that. So like if we deploy to another chain, it's going to take an employee a lot of time to up and maintain that. So if we do that, we want to make sure there's users. So likely we'll deploy on Polygon. We have some usage interest there. But that's kind of it at the moment. Other chains, like they don't really have users that need oracles. I'm sure, whatever Solana does. But
like with MC Dex, so we could just talk about that. They're not a user yet, but this is somebody on Arbitrum, and they're a user. The Arbitrum didn't come to us; they came to us, and so we've actually spent a lot of time, man hours on that relationship.
But our structure Teller didn't really end up working out for them. But it's like we want to make sure that if we put in the time and resources, it's going to be used. And most of these other chains aren't getting usage. So maybe in the future we will. But yeah.
And I think this sort of piggybacks on that other question about what are the main goals of for us after TellorX is stable and live is
Getting users.
yes, we'll have freed up all the dev efforts that are focused on getting TellorX out the door to working with these users perhaps on other chains. So cool, that's it. I think, yes.
Cool. Yeah, well, let us know if you guys need anything else.
Yep.
We'll be here all week. And yeah, so
Shout out to the Facebook group, by the way.
there's a Facebook.
There's a Facebook group. I'm an admin in it now. But
Also the Wikipedia page in German.
We have
hell yeah.
Thomas made that. He reached out to me. Is it good?
We don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, Google Translate. I Google translated it and it looked legit.
Nice.
Okay.
Translates well.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So everybody who's watching this, go, if you're on Facebook, go request to join. I'll accept it. But I don't really, it's not my place. Don't judge me, but there's other people that are that have started that group. And anyway, let's grow it really big. And yeah. All right, that's it.
Awesome. Thanks everyone. See you guys next week.
Bye.